Well, building a school district that will last generations. That is what the Corpus Christi Independent School District described today at the State of the District luncheon. Dr. Roland Hernandez was the keynote speaker. He talked about progress made so far based on passage of the last couple of bond projects. Then he reviewed the benefits of the next bond package that's up for a vote next month. It features improved security with closed campuses, improved technology for all district schools, and needed renovations at existing campuses.
That's what's important, thinking down the road, thinking for our future educators, thinking for our future families coming to Corpus Christi. We want families to come and see these new modernized buildings so that they can say, yes, we want to live in Corpus Christi and enter the school system here.
And he urged approval of Bond 2018, which is just under $211 million. It would be split between a new campus for Carroll High School and improvements to other CCISD campuses. The new high school would be able to house 2,400 students. Remaining funds would go toward renovating locker rooms and gyms at several middle schools and helping implement mobile computer labs and updated library technology across the district.